Everyone, it's been a while, but I decided it was about time I did another video. I got a new stone, the Morihei Karasu, the 9,000 grit one. I've been hearing good stuff about this one. It's a beautiful stone and I can't wait to try it out. So I thought I'd get it on camera for my first go. Besides that, this video is just about sharpening some knives. I'm going to be pulling out a few older stones, one of my first ones. I'm going to do 3 knives, I think. I'm going to do a couple of VG10 ones. It's a VG10. It's stainless. It's alright. It's a decent steel. I have no idea where this knife is from, but it's been through hell and back with us, so I really like it. I got another VG10 from Naniwa. It's also been through hell and the dishwasher, I hate to say, so it's cracked. Don't ask me who did it. I have my suspicions. And last but not least, the good old ATCRV2 carbon steel Kiritsu Kibunka. It's also one of my favorite knives. It's been a while since I sharpened it, although it should be fairly sharp. It's not shaving sharp, but it's alright. But I'm gonna give it a once over as well. So I'm gonna be starting quite coarse, and I'll just show you why. This little toy here I got from Genda Industries. It's got this tip which you can run over the edge, and I'll just go about it near the microphone so you can hear it. So you feel along the edge, and it's quite easy to tell that this is chipped. I'm going to do the same with the Makusta. It's a bit on the tip. Other than that, it's okay. And the carbon steel as well. It's not as bad. Oh, sorry. There's a few next. So in that regards, given that I have some steel to remove, I'm going to be starting at 150 grit. I'm going to go from 150 to 1000 grit, and from there to polishing. And besides the Morihei, I have my good old King G1, which is just to have something to compare it to. It's been a while since I polished that high. I usually stop around, 3 to 5,000 grit, especially on stainless steels. So that's the plan. I'm going to be finishing off on the strops. I've got 2 strops here today. Got a balsa wood and a leather one, which I made myself. Well, I made both. So got these there, and I've got some hair on my arms, which is unusual. Just goes to show that it's been a while since I did some proper sharpening, and I threw out a bunch of paper yesterday, so I'm going to be testing out on my arm, and I got some stiffer paper here as well, but just so you know. So I guess that's all the talking out of the way. I'm going to be starting with the Naniwa new omuratu. It's 150 grit stone, which it's gonna last for a while, just to say that. So I'm just gonna be starting. I did some inspecting, inspected the edge just now. I'm just gonna feel over it as well, see if there's anything obvious before I go. It's not. It's just the. You can use your nail as well. But yeah, It looks like it's uniform, so I'll be removing steel from the entire bevel. So yeah. Do a couple of passes on this side. This is my good side, and I haven't got anything yet, but I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to do the same on the other side as well. Spend some time on the heel. And we got some I'm just trying to create an even blur across the entire edge while I keep an eye on the chips. And yeah, we're getting there, but we got some work to do, so just gonna go at it. I'm not being too picky with angles and stuff yet, because I just need to remove a lot of steel at first. So, the new omuratu, it's a soaking stone. It holds the water pretty well, as you can see. I don't need to splash it too often. And I don't know if it comes through on the camera, but it's removing quite a bit of steel as well. It's not the fastest 150 I've used, but I like the feedback on it. It feels a little bit soft. And if you've been in it before, you know that's how I like stones for the most part. Still got a way to go. So what I'll actually try to do here is take a diamond plate. Just want to try to test out to see. How loaded the stone might be. I've tried to leave the slurry on top just to see, and it's probably just a little bit too much water, but hey, let's go at it. Immediately the stone feels a little bit coarser, so I think it had been loading up a bit with steel. Seems to have been picking up the pace a bit as well. Didn't feel like the characteristics of the stone changed too much after the slurry went off. So might be that it didn't do too much for us. The slurry, that is. But we will have to keep removing steel. And the stone feels smoother as I work on it. This part here feels very coarse. This part here feels smoother. It just goes to show that it might be loading up a bit, which is something you need to be aware of if you want to keep up the pace. But we are getting there. See, we have one more larger chip. Which I do want to remove. Almost there now. Trying to feel it out. It's just a tiniest bit more that we need to do. So this side looks good. The other one is where there's just a tiny little bit more left. I want to make sure I get it all out before I start refining the edge. And a couple more passes should do it. So it feels better. I'm just going to remove some of the burr on the wood here, which will smooth out the edge for inspection. So that sounds a lot better. I'll do it near the microphone as well. So it sounds more even, and that's a good thing. So now I want to pay more attention to the bevel itself. So what I'll do now is I'll check the height on it on both sides. Theory being that if the angles is approximately the same, and the both sides, well, the edge is, oh sorry, the bevel is equally high on both sides, you have the apex where you want it. So we're a bit short on this side, so I'll keep that in mind as I work. So I'll do the full length strokes now, just to make sure that I have everything as I want it. I want to spend a little bit of time on the heel here. That looks better. And just a couple more, just to even it out. That looks and feels good. And I'll do the same on the other side. Whoa. You'll tend to get carried away. And that's the fun thing about, well, it's a good thing about this, you gotta keep focused, which sometimes can be a problem. Still, the edge feels good, and I'll just do, I just want to see how many it takes. So that's 3. We flipped it over. 3, and we flipped the burr over as well. Try with 1. We got it. 1. We got it. For me, that means that I'm done with the coarse stone for this knife. So I was thinking if I should, that's 18 minutes on one. That's a bit long, but it was chipped, so I was thinking to myself whether I should, finish off one knife before going to the other, but as I had the coarse stone already set out, I'll just move on to the other VG10 blade, the Mancusta. It's not in as bad of a shape, but it's a bit more uneven, so oh sorry, I made a mess. It should just a little bit work, not as much as the other knife though. So let's go. Oh, sorry about that. So I'll just do a few irregular passes on this. Stop and inspect. And the outside. And there is no burr yet. So I haven't matched the angle properly, but I don't mind because I need to spend a little bit more time on this side. We are getting there. few places. I'm careless today, but in the end it's gonna be just fine. So there we have the burr. I did quite a bit higher angle on that pass. I'm going to increase the angle a little bit on this side as well. You can actually hear it as well when you hit the right spot. I'll see if I can get it on camera. So here it's skipping. It's quite a low angle. Listen to what happens when I increase. Right about there. That's where I want it. Any higher than that, it will start cutting into the stone, and it's going to ruin both the stone and the knife. So there we have it. Do a pass on the other side as well to see. That's good, and we'll do the same thing. Got it? Yep. That's 3. And that's 1. And that's 1. So there we have that one. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. Actually, since we had some chipping. And I'm gonna run this. Yeah, that's a lot better. Some unevenness up here. Actually, wait. We got a small 1/10 of a millimeter, if I were to say. So we can't have that, can we? Looks better. And on this side as well. So let's try 3 on this side. And on this side as well. A couple of alternating ones. Because why not? And we'll just do the same. And let's try again. Yeah, we got the whole length there. So that was good. And for the last knife, it's a different steel. It's the carbon steel, ATC RB2. And just to we're going to open up the stone a bit more. I don't mind. This is quite a large stone. So it's not entirely flat as well. But that'll be just fine. So I'm not too worried about the mud yet. I'm going to be doing that on another stone, but this is just for the heavy work. So weirdly enough, the stone feels less grippy, like the steel is sliding more on top. Which makes sense because it's a harder steel, so the stone will have a little bit harder time, you know, tearing it off. This shouldn't require too much work. Let's just, yeah, that should be about it. So when you do regular maintenance on your knife, you don't have to spend too much time sharpening it. Ooh. Be careful about the tip as well. Yeah. And we got it where we want it. I'll do the same here as well. Oh, do it this way, so I don't cut myself again. It's beautifully smooth. So that's it for the coarse stone. It's a beast. I'll have that one for years. And talking about large stones, I got the large king as well. So this is a king deluxe. I have a smaller one as well. I'll just clean off the diamond plate just in case. If I wanted to use it, I don't want the particles from the 150 grit too embedded in my 1000 grit stone. So this feels a lot smoother, and of course it should be. So let's start with the first knife again. I'll do the same thing all over, but this time I'll spend less time. So that feels great. It's just, oh, I'm getting nostalgic. It's been so long since I sharpened on the king. It's just so great. It's just, oh, it's just smooth. It's for me, it's darn close to perfect on the softness. And it's got some good feedback as well. So now I'm just going over the bevel, just to make sure, as I did with the other stone. Even it out. There's a very small surface we are working on with now, so you don't have to overwork it. All the heavy work is already done. Yeah. So with this one, we moved all the burr over to the other side. So that's great. That's it for the 1000 grit on that knife. Let's go for the Mikusa one. Same deal. Try to wash off a little bit. I know some of you hate that. Let's just go for it. I'll work it a little bit just because I like to. Now let's go for the full length strokes. Yeah, let's just finishing up this one. Just making sure we get the whole length and feel for the burr. And yeah, so we're happy with that one as well. And now for the carbon steel. We'll just the same. Shit, sorry. It's quite weird, you know, there's no one around, but the camera's rolling, so I kind of get flustered anyway, which feels a bit weird, you know, because there's no one here. And I'm standing here talking to myself, or the camera, or you guys. Which actually has been great. There's been a lot of comments on the channel lately, and I really enjoy writing with you all. There's good hints and tips all over the place, and I just love being able to give advice when you're choosing stones. Although it's a very subjective thing, you know. Some like hard stones, someone likes soft stones. But in general, you can pretty much nail down a good stone for someone after a few messages back and forth. Just a little bit on that heel, which I'm not too happy with, but it's coming along. And yeah, so that's it for the 1000 grit. So for this, I'm going to be using my cleaning stone. It's one that comes with the Choceras. It's been great. That is huge as well, so it's going to last for a long time. I've been using this one for a year now, and it's almost hasn't you know, hasn't decreased in size. Obviously it has, but not as much as you think. This stone isn't entirely flat. You can see that here. So there's a dark spot around here. So what you could do then is you could just use a diamond plate. And just go over it. Until it disappears. Let's see about there. And I do like to work on the edges just a little bit. Just to soften them up. Like so. Whoa, shit, sorry. Yeah, and there we go. Next out is polishing. So we did the coarse stone, the 150 grit. We did the medium on around 1000 grit. And now, I just can't wait. I haven't tried this before. Honestly, I haven't. This is the first time I get it wet. So this is going to be interesting. It feels hard. Obviously it's stone, but if you have, you know what I mean. It's it doesn't feel like a soft stone. But I could be wrong. The surface feels even. So I'm just gonna. Oh, sorry about that. I'm just gonna give it a go. So I'm gonna start with the first knife again. And yeah. Oh. I don't know if you saw that. It's like it's like I'm writing on it. Damn. We got a mirror finish. already. The sink bridge is a little bit loose, that's what you're hearing. But for the stone itself, it's so smooth. If it wasn't for the fact that it gets black, that you can see, you know, if it wasn't for the fact that you can see the steel falling off the blade, it's almost like I wouldn't believe it. It's just so smooth. Doesn't seem like it's loading up. It's just falling off. Or, yeah. So it doesn't look like it's loading. Still feel there's some burr left. At this stage, I'm just trying to remove the burr that's left. Trying to pinch it off the stone. We are getting there. But this is above my skill. I'm still practicing this to be able to go straight from the stone without the strop. Well, it removes here, but it doesn't pop off like I want it to. So I'm just going to dry off the blade. I'm going to go with the balsa strop first. It's just a piece of balsa wood and some 8,000 grit compound on it. But it's basically just to pull off the burr. I can still feel it in some places, but yeah. That's shaving. I don't know if this is going to be stupid or this is quite stiff paper, but yeah. It's just a good way. So to me, I use the paper just to feel the entire edge and look for tearing. So yeah, there's a bit of burr left on the tip. So I'm really happy with that. You can try the tool again. Don't know if you can hear that. So that's just gliding on there. So that's the first knife. And yeah, why not? Let's put that there. Just try the good old King Gold one. Just want to have something to compare it to. Yeah. Oh, this sink is killing me. So you can hear it already. The King feels harder as it is, but leaves well, it's useless to compare it now after I stropped it, but it leaves a mirror polish as well. But this is not how I like to use the king. What I usually do is that I work up some slurry. And I use that. It just softens the stone. Softens the stone ever so slightly and increases the feedback as well. Lubricates it a bit. That's pretty darn close. Well, it's better than the last one. I guess I got lucky. So I'm going to dry that off. I'm going to strop it as well on the balsa wood. Just a couple of times. That's decent as well. And back to this one for the carbon steel from Musashi. So this stone, this stone is softer than the 8000 grit King G1 with the Naniwa on it, well, with the slurry on it. It's just great. Ooh. So that's shaving almost as good as the others, right from the stone. And I'm quite happy with that, I'd say. Let's see if it makes a difference if I just drop it just a couple of times. Yeah. I'd be happy to shave with that. So yeah, guess that's about it for this session. It's been going on for quite a bit now, but yeah, that was my first look on the Morihei Karasu 9000 grit. Oh, it's a great stone. It's a bit high in grit though. Going up to 9,000 grit for a regular kitchen knife is it's stretching it. But as you see, you can just as fine go from 1,000 grit to a 9,000 grit stone if you're just sharpening, you know, the oh, I don't know if the secondary or primary bevel it's called, but the I think it's the secondary bevel, the small bevel that runs from the tuber. It's just such a small surface area that there's no problem polishing off the 1,000 grit scratches with a 9,000 grit stone. If, say, you were doing larger surfaces like this primary bevel here, then I would not go from 1,000 to a 9,000 grit. That will take ages. So in that case, I would do some steps, a couple of grits in between. But all in all, definitely a stone I'm going to be using quite a bit more. It might be, I'm afraid to say it, might be a good replacement for the King G1. Although I really, really like this stone as well. It's just something about getting dirty and, you know, going, you know, working with the mud. I just love it. I love it when the sink looks like this. My wife doesn't, but she's not here now, so that's a good thing, I think. So yeah, it's been, oh my god, I think it's been 7 months since my last video. I'll try not to keep you hanging for 7 more, but if there's anything in particular you want to see, comparisons you want to see made, just give me a shout out. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it at that. So have a good day, guys, and I'll catch you later.